So I wasn't planning on filming this, but I thought I'd show you when a job goes wrong. So basically I came out to this is a tenanted property again, to change the washers in the tap because it was dripping. However, both the handles just crumbled away. So what I've ended up doing is screw fix and buying some tap reviver kits, the traditional type. It's on a combi boiler, so we'll just get the water shut off. This is under here. Oh. I'll need the grips to open them back up. Cracked these off before because I thought if these don't come out, there's no point getting a reviver set. I might as well get a new, well, put to the landlord, get a new tap instead. So I already knew these were going to come out. So that's what you get. And you get some adapters to depend on what type of tap you need. They're always handy to keep hold of. Just unscrew the little cover to remove the screw out of the head. That's the flathead. Cold first. Bloody hell. Washer's still stuck in it. Of course it is. A bit too big, that washer, if you ask me. Shouldn't need any of the adapters on this one. I don't put the covers and stuff on or the screws back in the head until I've got the water back on, just to make sure that it actually is going to work. Could reseat the taps at this point, but I don't know, they look alright to me. I already changed the washer on that one before, because when I took that washer out it just literally fell to pieces. I wanted to get the water back on for the customer. Turn our water back on now. Beautiful. Right. Not bad, them little reviver kits. 13 quid is what it was from Screwfix. Didn't have one in the van light, which is a bit of a pain. Like a new tap now. Beautiful. That saved the landlord some money. Saved me some hassle as well. So last week I got called out to a shower going hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. Tenanted property. When I went out there, the customer then said he started doing it on the kitchen tap now. So I ran the hot water on the bath and watched the display. It's a Baxi Platinum. It's about 13 years old. And it rose up to 81 degrees. But it didn't cut off. So I was like, 81's a little bit high considering the boiler thermostat was set to 48 or something. Then I tried the shower, did exactly the same on the kitchen tap. It wouldn't lock out for me. So I basically said it's looking like it's going to be a block plate heat exchanger, but I cannot guarantee it being that. And they were like, yeah, let's go for it. my point of this part is reconditioned parts. Charlie, a guy, commented on one of my videos a couple of weeks ago, months ago now probably, saying, do I use reconditioned parts? Yes, I will. I'll give the customer the option of brand new, genuine, or reconditioned, but only certain parts. So this is a plate heat exchanger. There's not a lot, you know what I mean? If it's been cleaned out, or like it probably has done, new seals come, I don't see an issue with that. But gas valves, I'd be a bit like, it's you know what I mean? It's part of the gas works of the boiler. Don't think I'd use them. Printed circuit boards, probably, yeah, I do. I have used reconditioned ones before, especially on Baxi 105s. Fans, no, I've not. But yeah, certain parts of the boiler, I will use reconditioned parts, or I will give the customer the option to use reconditioned parts. Especially plate heat exchanger, because all the time in the northwest, our plate heat exchangers don't scale up on the hot water, cold water side, because we're in a soft water area. It's always the heating side which blocks up, because the system's probably full of shit. I always then say to them, this has happened because there's this, it needs flushing out. Do they get them done? No. Maybe that's my sales pattern, I don't know. But they never get them done, so I bugger it. It's 30 quid for a reconditioned, I think it's 30 quid anyway, for a reconditioned plate heat exchanger. That's what they've opted for. Except obviously it's tenanted, so the landlord was always going to opt for the cheaper option. So let's get in there, let's get the boiler drain down, cold water isolated, get it whipped out on this Baxi, and I'll show you the little technique I used to get them out. It's probably the easiest boiler to get the heat exchangers out, but I have had people comment in the past saying, I didn't know you could go round the side of the pump. I've just told you. There's no point in you watching. Let's get into it. So this is the boiler in question. Not a lot of room underneath. That's going to be a bit of a pig. Just shut the cold water stop tap off. I don't trust the isolation valves on these on the cold water side. And we'll get a bucket set up and get the pressure drained out. Got the manometer tube on Z drain off. Let's take out this pressure. Come on. Finally, right. 2 screws, however, they're looking like the dog's chewed them. One there and one underneath the pump. Both don't look too healthy. Oh god. I've got a towel underneath because you can never get rid of all the water in these, thankfully. Because it's been done before, hence the chewed screws, it's coming off alright. Just give it a push. Try and free out, let the water out of it before you take it out. You can see it pouring at the back. You probably can't, but I can. Oh, the towel's doing its job. Thankfully it comes with 2 new screws. Don't know whether they'll fit though, the size of that head. It's got to fit in that little notched chamfered, whatever you want to call it, recessed point, and it comes with new washers, most importantly. Right, now the trick to get this out, I always put an arrow on it before taking it out so I know which way was up, because I'm going to turn it upside down, I think, to get it out. Around the back of the pump. Just like that. BEA, beautiful. I'll flick out all the moorings now. With the Baxis, the screws are offset. I don't know if you can see that. A shorter distance between there than there is here, so you can only go in one way really. But I always put a smear of silicone grease around where the washer is going to sit. And then a little bit just on the O-rings before putting them back in the blocks. Camera, you are in the way. God's sake. Here we go. There are the old screws. Before tightening that one up, just get this other side started. Beautiful. Them screws sit nicely in them recessed slots. So now just dry everything up and get the cold water on. Check for any leaks before pressurising the system, because if it's leaking when the cold water's on, we know it's on that side. Yeah, and then hopefully this will have cured the problem. Right, that's our cold water back on, so the hot and cold are now live. Let's get some pressure in this bad boy. Don't know. Oh, it's 2 wheel valves underneath. Bloody hell. I can't do that with one hand, especially my left. So far, so good. Let's go and give the hot water a check and see what happens with that temperature. Turn it to about 55. It's pretty. 2009. 16 years old. Almost. It's a good age. Let's give it a whirl. Don't know if you can hear that, but the boiler is modulating down. It's modulating down now and then it'll kick back up. And modulate back down. And the temperature is sitting nicely. It's set to 50. I didn't set it, did I set it that low? There we go. Whereas before it was rising right the way up to 80. That's happy days, that. Ta-da! Better check the shower though beforehand. With showers having thermostatic cartridges on, sometimes it can be one or the other, the boiler or the shower. It's just the fact that the kitchen tap started doing it as well that made me think it's going to be this plate. Just do our 26.9 checks and then we're away from here. That right there is your thumbnail. That's horrible. So this one we've been called out to is a constantly flushing toilet, or constantly running into the bowl toilet. Very common problem. You've seen me do it many a times, but I just wanted to show you that this has been on YouTube before. For those that remember, it's a year old, so that needs a service. Nice to see the cupboard's full and I can't see the books anywhere, and the property is, well, vacant. I also replaced the tap on this. You try and find a bloody graphite grey tap and matching waste. That was so hard work. Right, I can see it running in. Well, I could do when I stood back there. Oh no, what type of cistern is it? Are we guessing Siam? I'm hoping it's Siam. Well, in fact, no, I'm not actually, because I don't know if I've got one on the van, but it is Siam. I've already replaced that washer a year ago when I did the boiler, and as you can see, it isn't overflowing because it's nowhere near the overflow. So it must be the washer at the bottom of here. Now these just twist anti-clockwise. He says this is a very narrow cistern though, so I can't get my hand down. I need to do it with my right hand. And there she is, she's out. It's quite perished. See the bits of it flaking away. You can just replace the washers in them. But I don't have any. I have a new Optima 50, which is the cable type one, in the van. The only problem with that is the cable is always too long. It's gonna be really long for this narrow cistern, so I have to see what we can do with that. Let's go and get it out of the van. I actually started panicking then, thinking I'm going to have to strip the toilet down because I haven't got one. And I've got Viva ones and Fluid Master ones and Thomas Dudley ones, but it was hiding behind the back, not in the box. That's what confused me. With these kits that you get with the Siam, they're the best ones to buy because the flush valves themselves are crap, but they're easy when it comes to the straight swaps like this. However, they come with a really decent donut washer and your system bolts. So when anyone ever says to me, where'd you get your spare bolts? These, I'll just keep them as spares in my toilet box. So yeah, I've just took the bottom off because that is the thing that's still in the toilet at the minute, and we've just released it off. Released the actual flush part off the body. You get a new button. So these new parts, I'll take them with me. I'll obviously use the new button. This should just drop straight on. Panicked then because I thought I broke it, but these two lugs just came apart. That should be alright actually, because where the cable's landed, it's kind of tucking it up nicely to hit there. Sometimes these are too long, and like I said, it wants to sit on the skew width, and not being funny, but the connections to the actual button are absolutely shit. The only reason why I install the Siam ones is when it's a like for like swap like this. The water back on. Let's see where that ends up. Perfect. Click that on there. And a nice easy little job done. In and out, 5 minutes. However, I've got to service the boiler. That now concludes another episode. I hope you've enjoyed this one and learnt something, if you haven't just enjoyed it in general. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button if you haven't done already. Drop a comment down below. I love reading every single one of your comments. And consider subscribing. It's absolutely free. We've got a massive 10k giveaway coming up. I've been collecting this for like almost 12 months. So there's loads to give away. So be involved in that. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time.